إذا في جن يفتح الباب هذا. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. Oh my God! Oh my God! Get out of here!
Venturing into abandoned buildings alone can be terrifying. But what happens when you encounter someone, or something, you'd rather never meet? Like this first encounter that happened on January 14th, 2021. A man set out to explore an abandoned military base deep in the woods. But what he didn't expect was to discover that the site wasn't entirely deserted, and that someone still guarding it wouldn't hesitate to open fire. He had received the exact location through a classified set of coordinates shared on closed forums. A few years earlier, the base didn't appear on any public map, making it a place shrouded in secrecy. The journey began along an old railway track, overgrown with weeds and stretching for miles through silent forest. It felt isolated, far removed from anything resembling civilization. When he finally reached the location, it appeared untouched for decades. Rusted gates leaned into the wind, warehouses stood hollow, and old hangars sat scattered across the property. Officially, the base was said to have been closed only 3 or 4 years earlier, but the level of decay suggested something much older, something forgotten. After moving through several buildings, he was preparing to leave when a flicker of movement caught his eye. The silence of the place made every sound feel amplified. He kept his flashlight off, aware that he shouldn't have been there in the first place. While carefully stepping through one of the structures, he suddenly heard footsteps, not echoes of his own, but someone else's. They were closing in. Before he could react, gunfire erupted somewhere in the distance. Startled, he ducked behind a doorway, unsure who was out there or why they were shooting. Inside one of the buildings, he tried to collect himself. But then, turning around, he saw an armed figure standing in the shadows behind him. Adrenaline surged. Disoriented and panicked, he moved through the halls, flicking on his light only in short bursts to avoid giving away his position. He eventually slipped into a hangar and decided to wait out the night. Hours passed in near total silence, until around 4 a.m. he cautiously peeked outside. No flashlights, no voices. Whoever had been out there was gone, or hiding. To this day, what lies hidden inside that abandoned military base remains unknown. But for anyone who's ever considered going there, This encounter is a chilling reminder that not every forgotten place is truly abandoned. Just as in this next clip, shared by Dan. This Halloween, we're doing something we've never done before. All week long, you can complete challenges to earn points. The top scorer wins the ultimate prize. Here's how it works. Post your scariest CreepyVids moment on Facebook, Instagram, or TikTok. Ask people to subscribe. Use the hashtag #CreepyHalloween and tag our channels with the links in the description. That's 30 points per post, 1 per day. Leave comments under CreepyVids, ScaryVids, or DeepVids videos. Up to 3 comments per video count, worth 5 points each. Invite a friend to subscribe. If they leave a comment saying, "I joined thanks to," you'll get 10 points for every new subscriber. Watch carefully for the hidden word. Each day, a letter will appear, with the final letter revealed in the October 31st Halloween special. Guess the full word and email it to us for 20 points. Join in every single day, and you'll earn a 25-point loyalty bonus. And on Halloween night, a special bonus challenge will be revealed in the CreepyVids Halloween special. And winners will be announced on November 3rd. Third place gets a CreepyVids t-shirt of your choice. Second place also gets a CreepyVids t-shirt of your choice. And the first place will get an $25 Amazon gift card plus CreepyVids t-shirt of your choice. Let's see who stayed the most active. Let the best fans win. YouTuber Dan Bell has one of the most popular urban exploration channels on the platform, known for exploring eerie and forgotten places around the world. What makes Dan different from many others in this niche is that he doesn't do ghost hunting. He doesn't go looking for the paranormal. His videos are purely about the exploration itself, the decay, the silence, the history, which is exactly why what happened during his visit to an abandoned children's asylum was so unusual. From the very beginning of his exploration, strange things started happening.
Battery exploded.
Out of nowhere, the battery in his camera suddenly exploded in his hands. A rare, unnerving way to start any investigation. And from that point on, it only got worse. His camera soon caught a shadowy figure moving silently across an open doorway, something he didn't even notice in the moment, only later when reviewing the footage. And not long after, viewers saw something even more unsettling. Something like an eye seemed to be watching from a small hole in the door, disappearing the moment he got too close. And just when it felt like the tension couldn't rise any higher, it did.
Oh my God, I'm gonna freak out.
A whisper echoed from an empty room nearby, quiet but chilling enough for many commenters to claim they heard the same thing. The words, "Let's get him." For some viewers, this was enough proof that the asylum is genuinely haunted. They're convinced Dan unknowingly stumbled upon something supernatural that night. But Dan himself doesn't share that belief.
Later on in this video, you're going to see some very strange things, and I want to give you my opinion on what I think was going on. I think that a former patient has returned to this facility, to this house, and is living here.
He said multiple times that he thinks what happened might be even more disturbing, that someone, a real person, could have been living inside that abandoned asylum, silently watching him the entire time. So, what do you think? Was this paranormal activity? Or a very real threat hiding in the shadows? You decide. And while we ponder on that question, we head into this next encounter where, just like Dan's experience, it starts subtle, but ends with something no one expected to face. A man and his young son set out to explore an old, abandoned house, a place with a grim past. According to local history, the building had once been struck by a cannonball during the Civil War, killing many of the residents inside. It's the kind of story that lingers in whispers, and as they stepped inside, it didn't take long for those whispers to feel unnervingly real. At first, it was subtle, faint hissing sounds echoing through the decaying halls. But soon, something far more chilling followed. A whisper, almost human, muttering what sounded like, "Pray for me."
No. Hold on, you hear that? No. Hold on, you hear that?
The two explorers exchange uneasy glances. What was meant to be a quick exploration now felt wrong, their instincts telling them it was time to leave. But as they turn to escape, something stops them in their tracks.
Oh my God! Get out of here!
A dark figure suddenly stands in their way, silent, unmoving, blocking the exit. Whether it was a ghost, a trick of the light, or something else entirely, they didn't wait to find out. So what do you think? A real haunting captured on camera? Or just an elaborate fake? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. And now, we head into the next encounter. But it isn't about whispers or shadows. It's something far more real. And that brings us to this video that is again shared by YouTuber Dan Bell. It shows just how quickly an urban exploration can turn dangerous, especially when it happens late at night in a rough neighborhood. Dan sets out to explore an abandoned 1920s apartment building, its cracked walls and sagging ceilings making every step feel a little more uneasy. He carefully climbs a set of rotting stairs, flashlight in hand, when something catches his eye. Inside a bag left behind, he finds food and what appears to be a large plastic container filled with what looks like crack. That's the moment everything shifts. Dan suddenly hears footsteps and voices echoing through the building. Someone else has entered. He ducks into the shadows, his breathing shaky, whispering to himself, praying they won't find him. The voices grow louder, sharper, closer.
I'm getting this shit now. Yo, when you get this man sticking up your ass, fuck that. Fuck that. Fuck that, man. You might have my money, yo. I ain't playing with this dumb ass.
Please leave. Please, please. Oh my God. Please.
As he hears a door slam, Dan seizes his chance to escape, running for his life through the decaying halls. Now, Dan Bell is one of the most well-known urban explorers on YouTube, and this footage feels raw and real. But like many viral videos, not everyone is convinced. Some believe it's staged, a carefully crafted fake. Others argue it's the genuine terror of someone who stumbled straight into a dangerous stash house. What do you think? A terrifying real encounter, or a cleverly staged setup? Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Now, in this next encounter, it's what goes unnoticed in the moment that leaves the deepest mark. Russian YouTuber Dima Maslenikov has one of the most popular ghost hunting channels on the platform. Known for exploring places with dark histories and terrifying reputations, he's no stranger to unsettling encounters. In one of his investigations, he visits a house that's said to carry a terrible curse.
Хотели с ним общаться, но однажды у нас дело дошло до конфликта. И после этого конфликта на следующий день он пришел к нам, просто очень сильно ругался и сказал: я вас проклинаю. Сказал, муж его проводил, как бы все успокоилось. Но на следующий день мы узнали, что он умер. Он умер, и у нас начались какие-то странные вещи в доме.
The atmosphere is already unnerving. The walls are cracked, the air is thick, and the silence feels heavy. But as he walks through each room, not much seems to happen. Just a few strange sounds echoing through the structure. Nothing out of the ordinary for a ghost hunt. At least, that's what he thought at the time.
Так, ладно. Выходим отсюда. Так.
When the video was uploaded, the reaction from viewers was immediate. They spotted something Dima himself had completely missed. As he films down a stairway, the camera captures a figure silently lurking behind him. What appears in the frame is chilling. The faint silhouette of what looks like a little girl wearing a school uniform. She seems to be watching him from the shadows, completely still, as he walks down the stairs unaware of what's behind him. Dima never noticed it during filming. The figure was only discovered weeks later when viewers flooded the comments, pointing out the exact moment it appeared. For many, this was proof of something truly paranormal caught on camera. For others, it was a trick of light or maybe someone hiding inside. But either way, the image is haunting. Whether it's a ghostly apparition or something far more explainable, this moment remains one of the most disturbing clips ever captured on his channel. If you want to see it for yourself, the full video is still up. And even if you don't speak Russian, you can turn on auto-translate and watch as that unsettling figure lingers silently in the background. Now, while Dima's encounter was quiet and easy to miss, the next one is impossible to ignore. This next clip was shared by a Twitter user named Ahmad. The original video was first posted to Snapchat by a Saudi ghost hunter who claimed that a particular abandoned house in his town was haunted by an angry spirit. He decided to investigate for himself, but even before he stepped inside, things took a strange turn.
شوفوا.
A single light flickered from within the building, a house that, according to locals, had been without power for years. Still, determined to uncover the truth, he went in.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله أعوذ بالله أعوذ بالله أطلع. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله بسم الله أعوذ بالله بسم الله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله من الشيطان الرجيم أطلع بسم الله غير الصوت يا أخي. بسم الله. يا أخي الأصوات بكل مكان. إذا في جن يفتح الباب هذا. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. يا أخي الأصوات دي. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. إيش هذا؟ بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. كذا يا شيخ يا شيخ. اطلع اذا في جن اطلع.
Once inside, the situation escalated fast. He heard doors slamming shut on their own and blood-curdling screams echoing through the empty rooms. But each time he rushed toward the noise, the rooms were completely empty. At one point, he even called out, convinced it was a spirit, asking it to prove its presence by opening a door. Instead, the door slammed violently in response, as if something inside wanted him gone.
يا أخي الأصوات بكل مكان. إذا في جن يفتح الباب هذا. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. يا أخي الأصوات دي.
The ghost hunter swore that the footage was completely real, unedited, and exactly as he experienced it that night.
والله العظيم أقسم بالله أنها مي فبركة ورب.
But what do you think? Did he actually capture something paranormal inside this abandoned house? Or was it all just an elaborate hoax? You decide. Next, we go back to a story that's far older and even darker. This recovered recording begins with a young man recounting a trip he took with friends to an abandoned house, the kind that already carries an unsettling reputation. According to local stories, strange rituals had reportedly taken place in the basement just days earlier, and police had even been called to the scene. What started as a curious visit to a rumored haunted location quickly turned into something far more disturbing. The most chilling part isn't the legend itself, but the original footage uploaded on November 24, 2011. In its description, the group wrote, "A couple years ago, we went to check out this house. None of us are still quite sure what happened. John still refuses to talk about his experience of being attacked and still gets upset when asked about it. To this day, we still have no idea what exactly was in there and still get the chills when we watch this video. Thanks and stay safe. Tim, Ben, and John." The footage shows the horrors faced by the group of teenagers who thought it would be fun to explore that very basement.
Let's go.
Whoa, this room is messed up. Ah! What?
Oh.
What? Where's John?
John. John. John, come on, man.
Dude, come on!
All relax, you guys are so tight.
John, grow up, dude.
Dude, you're always like this. Come on. Hey, have a little fun.
I know. But
Dude, seriously, cut it out, alright?
guys, just be quiet. It's fine. Just. Alright, let's keep moving.
It's not like everything in here is
John, just be quiet.
Dude,
Just stop talking.
Just said Mr. Douchey go first.
fine, I'm gonna go first the whole time. You guys are just scared.
Well, it is a little bit creepy, isn't it?
Shh, guys, be quiet.
Dude, hey, look at this. Come on, we gotta go down there.
Okay.
You guys wanna go?
You're going first, then.
Yeah, I'll go.
That was terrible.
Dude,
a little bit.
I can barely see.
What is this?
Dude, that smell is so bad.
Tim,
What?
dude, come here.
What?
Tim, check this out. Oh my God. You're gonna be kidding me.
What is that? John, what is that?
It's like dolls. Dude, come on, let's go. Let's check this out.
Dude, that smells really
That
bad.
is like, oh.
Guys, this smell is terrible. I think guys, I'm gonna throw up. Guys, we need to go. I gotta puke.
Good, check this out. Let's hope that's on that dear tent. Whoa. Dude, you alright? Dude, you okay?
Hey, God.
Dude, look at those handy man. It's not... The doll's big, bro. Hey.
Yeah, guys, we gotta go, man. We gotta go.
Whoa.
Do you hear that? Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh my God! Oh, the police are over. What's happening?
Get off!
What's going on? Hang on. What's John?
Get off!
What? Dude,
At first, it's the oppressive silence and rotting structure that creates the tension. But then, without warning, a figure bursted from the shadows, lunging at them with a wild scream. The man apparently had been there all along, waiting in the dark. Chaos broke out instantly. One of the boys was grabbed and slammed onto the ground as John let out a blood-curdling scream. In that moment, panic took over, and his friends didn't stop to help. They ran, convinced they'll be next. Despite how horrifying it was, every one of them made it out alive and physically unharmed. It was, perhaps, the best possible outcome in a situation like this. But even after all these years, some things remain unanswered, like the sickening stench of decay they all remembered from that night. What exactly was kept down there? And more importantly, who attacked them from the darkness? And why? And now, just like the last story, this encounter starts some friends exploring a place they shouldn't have. Two boys set out to explore an old abandoned house, expecting nothing more than a creepy thrill. But what they captured on camera left viewers debating who or what it really was.
The roof is all fucked up. Holy shit! Dude! Oh my... Go! I could have sworn I saw a person.
As they carefully make their way through the dark hallway, a shadowy figure suddenly comes into view. It moves at a steady, unnerving pace, showing no sign of noticing the boys. It doesn't lunge, it doesn't make a sound, it just keeps walking, almost as if it has somewhere else to be. That subtle, natural movement is exactly what makes the footage so unsettling. The reaction is immediate. One of the boys spots the figure and sprints out of the house in pure panic, yelling, "There's a person in the house!" But behind him, his friend is heard shouting back in confusion, swearing he saw nothing.
The roof is all fucked up. Holy shit! Dude! Oh my... Go! I could have sworn I saw a person. Dude, there's a person. Holy shit. Yeah, there is. Nick!
Their conflicting reactions give the moment a raw, unfiltered edge, like something they truly didn't plan for. If the video is a hoax, it's a convincing one. And if it isn't, then the boys may have stumbled into something that was never meant to be seen. So, what do you think? Real encounter or carefully crafted scare? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And now, in this last clip, the fear moves from a quiet hallway straight into a live broadcast. Ricky Velasquez is challenged to explore an abandoned house in Mexico that's said to be one of the most haunted places in the area. His fans are convinced he won't last more than an hour inside. The building's reputation alone is enough to unnerve even the bravest explorers. But Ricky accepts the dare and decides to stream the entire investigation live on YouTube. As he steps through the creaking doorway, he has no idea why the house carries such a dark reputation or what events may have taken place there. But it doesn't take long before he starts to realize that the terrifying stories surrounding this place might be far more real than he ever expected.
Ok, esto sí me huele mal.
Ricky has only been inside for 18 minutes when the atmosphere suddenly shifts. From somewhere deep within the house, A loud bang echoes through the darkness. Instead of retreating, he decides to push forward, heading up the creaking staircase to continue his exploration.
Hola. Ay, güey. Ok. Pero me ha tocado cosas más feas. ¿Qué es un balcón o qué? Un balconcito. Qué a gusto está, ¿verdad? Ay, no mames. No, ya valí madre. Oh, la bestia. Se va a caer. No. ¿Qué pedo aquí? Uy, güey. ¿Qué mierda es eso?
On the second floor, the decaying structure nearly gives way beneath his feet. Ricky almost falls straight through the weak floorboards, but that's not what left his live viewers unsettled. Just moments before the floor creaked, an eerie whisper can be heard faintly on the live stream. It's quiet, but unmistakable.
Qué a gusto está, ¿verdad?
Still upstairs, Ricky begins to hear strange noises behind him. Slow, deliberate, and close. He whirls around, but there's no one there.
No mames. Ok, creo que me está dando pánico. Aquí hay algo más.
He points the camera toward himself and the empty space behind. That's when he hears it again. The same whisper, only this time it's clear. The realization sets in. He might not be alone. But instead of leaving, Ricky gathers his courage and moves deeper into the hallway, stepping into the upstairs bathroom.
Hola. Empiezo a sentir helado. ¿Qué se escuchó? Hola.
And then it happens. In the doorway behind him, a pale figure suddenly appears. A woman. Her face is obscured by the darkness, except for one glaring detail: a single, completely white eye. The sight sends Ricky into full panic. He spins around and bolts from the house, his viewers watching every second in real time. He doesn't make it to the 1 hour mark. After just 30 minutes inside, Ricky abandons the challenge. Whether this was a genuine paranormal encounter or an elaborate hoax, the moment remains one of the most talked about live streams on his channel. You can watch the full investigation yourself, if you dare. Now that was all for today, folks. If you enjoyed these horrifying clips, click to see more on the video on screen.